Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Storm chances. We have them overnight into Thursday night. When and where the most rain is expected to fall, and why some of us may see very little in our rain gauge.
A grieving mother demands justice.
Somebody just took him away just like that.
Tonight, what we're learning about the two men randomly gunned down on a Metro bus and the other crime the suspect is accused of committing hours before opening fire. Our top story, a 14-year-old boy stabbed to death in broad daylight. Tonight, a neighborhood in disbelief and a school on high alert. Tonight, police are searching for the person responsible. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. The stabbing happened just after 3 this afternoon on Horde Avenue, which is down the street from Jennings Junior High, where the teen attended. Brent Solomon is live in Jennings tonight with reaction from stunned neighbors, Brent.
Who would do this and why? Those are the questions left with neighbors here tonight. As police here work to get answers. A local family mourning the loss of a 14-year-old boy. Crime tape and cop cars flood the 2400 block of Horde Avenue just after 3 in the afternoon.
I was coming home from work and realized I couldn't get that way, so I had to go all the way around. And now that I'm here, I just found out that someone has been stabbed.
A 14-year-old stabbed to death right on this street.
Another kid that we done lost.
She says her grandson goes to Jennings Junior High, the same school as the 14-year-old victim.
My grandson knew the young man. And as I was questioning him, he got so teary-eyed. So I had to stop questioning him about the situation.
School resource officers quickly arriving to the scene.
They immediately began life-saving measures and attempts to stabilize him until EMS arrived.
Authorities rushed him to the hospital where he died. At this time, no motive and no suspects identified. 5 on your side noticed a crying teenager being taken into questioning, yelling out, quote, "I didn't do anything." Neighbors believe there was a group of people of different ages on scene when there was some type of confrontation. We heard one adult telling police she tried to stop it before the situation escalated. Investigators realize the impact a crime like this can have on those who knew the teen.
Another thing is that we'll be working with the school district to ensure that the student body has the resources they need in reference to counseling and stuff like that in regards to this tragic event.
It just hurt my heart to know that a young man has lost their life.
Sources tell me an adult picked up that 14-year-old student early from school today. Within the past hour, I heard from the superintendent who tells me they have reached out to the family to offer support, and there will be crisis counselors at the school tomorrow. Police here plan to step up patrols outside of Jennings Junior High. Live in Jennings, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
And this deadly stabbing happened just 4 days after a Hazelwood East student was critically injured in an off-campus fight. Disturbing video of Friday's fight has gone viral. A 15-year-old girl is now being held by juvenile courts on assault charges. A hearing could determine if she should face charges as an adult.
Turning now to our weather, storms could develop overnight and you could hear some rumbles of thunder. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking those storm chances and a Wednesday warm-up in his Weather First forecast.
And you know, Mike, we're not going to see what's been happening east of Kansas City, west of Columbia, where they've had a lot of hail tonight. Not here, though. In fact, pretty quiet around St. Louis. Those high clouds starting to thicken a little bit. The thunderstorms developing out along the Missouri River this evening. Strongest ones have been closer to Kansas City. One lone cell moving down there towards Joplin at this point. But the ones we'll have to watch, the ones out here around Kansas City. Here's the deal. As they're coming towards St. Louis, they're moving into air that's not as juicy, not as friendly for storms. And so we think the showers and rumbles of thunder, what's left of it, will come through St. Louis between about 2:30 and 5:30 tomorrow morning. And then after that, the rest of tomorrow likely is quiet around the St. Louis area. There will be another storm chance as we head into Wednesday evening, especially to our north, and then the potential for Thursday evening storms. We're going to look at Futurecast and tell you why and where the concerns are for severe weather over the next few days. See you in about 15 minutes, Kelly.
All right, Scott. We are learning more tonight about two innocent riders police say were shot and killed on a Metro bus in Berkeley yesterday afternoon. New tonight, Robert Townsend spoke to loved ones of both men who were just trying to make it home.
Kelly Jaren, Jackson Craig, and Jorge Contour Penzone never knew each other. Both got on a Metro bus, and those who love them cannot believe they never made it off the bus alive.
I'm so hurt.
A heartbroken Sharon Jackson is in shock.
It's hard. It's hard to take.
The Olivet mom cannot believe her 34-year-old son, Jaren Jackson Craig, whom she last saw 2 days ago, was shot and killed while riding a Metro bus in Berkeley Monday afternoon.
He's gone for the rest of my life. What mother want to bury their kid before she goes?
Police say Anthony Frazier blocked the bus with a car he carjacked earlier in Bell Fountain Neighbors and shot at it. They say Frazier first shot 37-year-old Jorge Contour Penzone because he, quote, looked at him the wrong way. Witnesses told police Frazier fired into the bus, then got on it and fired more shots. His family says Jaren Jackson Craig suffered a gunshot wound to his chest and died.
Why, Jared? Why? He never bothered nobody.
She says her son was on the Metro bus heading home to Olivet from a job interview. Relatives say Jaren was looking forward to starting his new factory position next week. His mom froze when she saw him in a hospital bed.
And I just saw my baby laying there. And all I could do was just call his name, kept saying Jared. I figured if I say it loud enough, he'll get up. Somebody just took him away just like that.
It's just so shocking.
Jaren's grieving grandmother is St. Louis gospel singer and legend Zella Jackson Price.
Like I said, I've lost others, but I've experienced losing somebody instantly and you expecting them home.
I'm just asking the Lord to give me strength.
A close friend tells me Jorge Contour Penzone was also a nice guy just trying to make it home to Maryland Heights. He moved to St. Louis a year ago from Columbia, where he previously worked as a bus driver.
Tonight, police are also looking for the man who opened fire on another Metro bus. Investigators released this video in hopes of identifying the gunman who fired several shots. This happened on March 5th around 10:30 p.m. along North Hanley and Bonita Park. One person was hit by gunfire and suffered non-life-threatening injuries. If you recognize this man, you're asked to call police.
We have a sad update tonight to a deadly house fire in Wright City. 5 on Your Side has learned a 3-month-old girl who was rescued from that home early Friday morning has died. Her 23-year-old mother also died. The baby's father was critically injured. The Missouri State Fire Marshal's office has ruled the cause of the fire as accidental.
Tonight marks 1 year since 2 Herman police officers were shot in the line of duty.
Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith died from his injuries, and Officer Adam Sullentrup still has a long road to recovery. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barcheski is in Herman tonight, where a candlelight vigil was held in their honor.
We come together to honor Officer Adam Sullentrup and the ultimate sacrifice made by Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith. March 12th, 2023. A day that shook this community to the core.
On that day, Officer Adam Sullentrup and Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith responded to a Casey's gas station for a disturbance. That's where a man named Kenneth Simpson fired shots at them and took off running. He ended up hiding in a nearby home for hours in a standoff with police. He was later arrested with Mason's handcuffs. Herman Police Chief Marlon Walker says he remembers vividly receiving that call that 2 of his officers were shot in the line of duty.
It's just been a kind of a difficult year, but we've been getting through, and it's just waking up today just thinking of what happened a year ago today, just kind of a shock, and didn't think this would happen in my career. That fortunately it did.
Chief Walker says it's amazing to see this community come together for both families and continue to support them.
It's amazing. That's what Herman is. That's why I've been here my whole career for 20 years, and just the people here, and just outstanding and very supportive of law enforcement and service personnel all around.
A chaplain for Herman First Responders says Mason was carrying a cross just like this one the day he was shot and killed, and now it has a very special meaning for all the first responders here.
He was baptized, I think it was about 2 weeks before before all this happened. And it was amazing because every time that I'd see him, he'd always pull his cross out and I'd share the cross with him. And we try to give all the officers one of these crosses. I have given out several thousand.
The community as a whole says their sacrifice will never be forgotten. Reporting in Herman, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
The Herman Police Department says Officer Solentrump is still in recovery. There are several memorials in the works to honor both officers.
Tonight, a woman from the UK is out of the ICU weeks after being dragged by a car in the Grove neighborhood. It's a story that's made international headlines. This happened in the early morning hours of February 25th. Ellie Bentley ducked between two cars near Manchester and South Taylor after hearing gunfire, but one of those cars took off, dragging her for several blocks. Workers at the Platypus Bar saw her lying in the street and quickly jumped into action.
We were the first responders at that point. So we grabbed a bag of towels just right here by the bar, and we fully expect to try to treat a gunshot wound. That's the first thing on our mind. And then, of course, we realized that it was a very, very different situation.
The driver, Deontay Taylor, is charged with leaving the scene of an accident causing physical injury.
Tonight, one of the largest animal shelters in our area is putting out an urgent plea. Stray Rescue of St. Louis says its shelter is bursting at the seams, critically overcrowded, with pets who are waiting for loving homes. Now the group is asking for people to either foster or adopt a cat or dog. The nonprofit rescues abused, abandoned, and neglected animals on a daily basis. But because there is no available space, the group has been forced to put a pause on rescues.
It's a stray problem. Animals are being dumped, and we always try to help. It's a spay and neuter problem at the end of it. There's a lot of contributing factors.
If you're interested in adopting or fostering a pet, Stray Rescue is holding an adoption event this Sunday at its headquarters, 2320 Pine Street, from 11 to 2.
New clues tonight in the search for a missing Mizzou student in Nashville, Tennessee.
I just need to know where my son is.
The desperate pleas of his parents as police ramp up their search. Kicking the tires on a new car. Tonight, Consumer Reports puts dozens of makes and models to the test to point you in the right direction.
As we track our storm chances for the next couple of days, we'll time out who stands the best chance of stronger storms. That's in about 7 minutes.